hi, here we are on the pitch. I have to use that term here at the Yara Center, and we're talking to Jordan Jeffery, who's you got a fancy title.
Office and Technical Lead of Moose Jaw Soccer Association.
And good, and welcome. Now, I've known you as a coach of the Peacock soccer team for the last while, but I'd like to know, how did you get to be in Moose Jaw? Because your accent belies a little bit of a foreign touch to it.
I moved here a few weeks shy of turning 20 back in 2013. I'd lived in Canada for a brief spell with my auntie and uncle and cousins in Alberta back in 2008, 2009, and kind of knew I always wanted to head back, and just kept looking between the 2009 and 2013 point when I ended up back here, and job popped up in Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan for my dad, and at the time qualified on the work visa, and I've kind of been here since. Really, I've just deciding what to do with my next steps, and the job of Moose Jaw Soccer kind of opened up, and it just seemed like a good fit.
In football,
yeah,
because we'll use that term.
That's how I prefer it to be termed.
Okay. But in football, what's your history from that?
Well, I've always played it since a very young age. We used to have kind of create street teams and go and play other streets back home. That's how it kind of began. And in the holidays between school breaks, we used to go, and me and a few friends from my street, we used to go and play with a mini academy program with Plymouth Argyle, ran by a coach with Plymouth Argyle at the time, and he would come and coach us. And it was kind of strange for me because even as a kid, I kind of enjoyed more of what he was doing in terms of the coaching element than actually playing at times. So I think from young, I've always known that this was always going to be something I would look into at some point. Never envisaged it becoming a job. Obviously, you met me as just a volunteer coach, right? That Coach Peacock, and that was always how I thought it was going to stay up until I got offered this. But when this job came around, I realised that, kind of the guy that essentially mentored me as a kid, I wanted to kind of do that for the kids here as well, right? So,
and so what you're doing is that now you have to organize a season,
yes.
and it's just coming up to a season. And of course, as we talk, you can still register, and we'd like that to happen. But you have divisions and genders, and it's huge.
Yeah, it's a real big challenge. I don't think you really understand just how much of a challenge it is until you get into the job. I mean, in the past, when I was involved in coaching, there were some things you kind of be like, oh, I wish maybe it was done this way. I wish it was done that way. And then once you step in the job, it's like, oh, that's why it wasn't. That's why that way wasn't easy to achieve, or this way wasn't easy to achieve. So, no, it's a different challenge. It's a challenge. It's a good one. I really enjoy it. Obviously, we get to play in this fantastic facility during the indoor and outdoor. Yeah, outdoor. The season that's coming up now is an interesting one. Outdoor, we have a lot of players from other sports from the winter that come and play with us too. We get a lot of hockey players, for example, that will come across and play with us for the summer, and it's always a really interesting challenge. Getting the hockey players to use their feet instead, for the ball. But no, it's good fun. I really enjoy the summer here. It's a very short season though. I find that obviously in Canada, you guys aren't really blessed with the greatest weather for a long period of time, but obviously after Canada Day, most people are away, so our season's really just kind of 2 months. So by the time this goes out in May, we'll be kind of partly through the season already.
High school goes in the fall.
Yeah, that's true. High school goes in the fall, but we don't run any programming then. We let the high school kind of do their thing, and that works really well. The high school season's great. Bit short as well though, right? The kids would love to keep going for an extra couple of months if they could. So,
So let's talk about some of the things that are involved. Is it like there's under 19? Is that as high as we go?
No, we have adult soccer. We've started in the summertime. After U17, it kind of merges into adult. In the winter, we'll run a separate U19 division. However, that is becoming a bit more of a challenge. There's a lot of other kind of cities in the province aren't running U19 teams so much now. They are starting to focus on that adult level soccer a little earlier, which is okay. We're going to continue trying to do a U19 in the winter. Some of the guys are a little bit newer to soccer as 17, 18-year-olds than they were in the past. So it's those training sessions during the weeks help those guys, and then we still progress them into adult co-ed, but they have the extra session. Outdoor, we have a anytime you hit 17 and up, we have a men's competitive team that we're hoping will be in the Regina Men's Division 1. And we have an adult co-ed league based in Moose Jaw that will be twice a week as well. I believe that will be on a Monday and Wednesday if all goes to plan. Other than that, everything else is youth after that. You know, we run a competitive and a recreational for the adults, but it's not so much divisions at that level these days. There's not as many people that tend to play adult soccer anymore. Not yet. And that's what we are trying to progress them to with like the U19 and stuff, is keep them for those extra couple of years. You know, I think in the past, there wasn't really much soccer available after 16.
No.
So it was either if you're ready to jump to adult, you can jump there, but if you can't, then you have to kind of stick, you know, you have to kind of maybe go to a different sport for a bit. So, you know, we're trying to progress them in and progress them through the ranks so they stay and play soccer.
And girls soccer is growing hugely.
Yes, yeah, well that's the
football.
That's the kind of more successful program in Canada, right? You know, Canada has a very, very good, you know, women's national team. It's a fantastic team to watch.
Thanks to Christine Sinclair.
Yeah. There's many contributors to that team that have really played a great part. You know, I think the girls program throughout Canada, you know, I've been here or Alberta, you know, the girls are always significantly stronger here. You know, the boys, not so much on the men's side. On the men's team, a little bit lower than, you know, Canada would probably like to be at this point. But, you know, there's a great coach there now, and I'm sure that as a national team they'll improve. And I believe I've seen enough improvement in, you know, all of the provinces since in the 5 years I've been here now, the near 5 years, that I think the boys program is going to really strengthen too. I really do. And I think, you know, we see the high school soccer, right? You know, you've seen it yourself. There's some really talented players that come out to play high school soccer. The key is, so for them, some of those guys, maybe they view it as a second sport, and that's maybe why, you know, they don't play all year round. And if we can get some of those kids playing all year round, I'm sure.
A lot of immigrants have moved in, and their skill sets are quite amazing.
Yeah, and it benefits the Canadian kids too, right? You know, I think sometimes, you know, obviously some of the immigrant kids, they've played that more street level of soccer. It's a little bit different for them. So, you know, the Canadian kids have always had that kind of structured soccer session. You get a good blend of them both here, especially with Moose Jaw Soccer. You know, we have a lot of blends of kids with different backgrounds that have different kind of soccer experiences, and it's great when you watch them all out here and they're trying to merge and become one program. It's fantastic to see.
We're in our last minute already.
Oh wow!
So, if people want to join, how do they go through that process?
You can either call me at the office or 693-1757, or you can go on the website MJSA.ca. There's a registration forms tab. You can go through the registration process online. It's never too late to sign up. We take sign-ups all throughout the year, all year round. So yeah, there's always time to sign up. Whenever you want to come play soccer, let me know.
Come out and enjoy the talents of people on the pitches.
Yes, exactly. We have some very talented players here. We have soccer for the people that just want to play for fun, and soccer for the people that want to play competitively as well.
Well, thank you, Jordan. And we're wrapping up, so I want to thank you for taking time out of your schedule. You're a busy man to get out here today, but thanks to my guests for being here, and thanks to you for watching, and we'll see you again soon on Moose Jaw This Week.